Yo, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Might, and back with another video, right? So today I'm going to be looking at US30, Nasdaq, German30, and Euro USD, right? And Euro USD. So now I'm gonna start off with US30. We spoke about this the previous videos when we were analyzing higher time frame. The videos that we have in premium, however. So we saw this running sell side liquidity at this point, right? So now it would make sense for it to come and run this buy side liquidity. So US30 took out the sell side liquidity at this point, and then now we proceeded to break structures to the upside. We took out this high, which doesn't look like much on a daily time frame, but on a 4-hour it's something. And now we have this high. We have this high, right? So the thing about this is this high transpired a move that broke structure here, that took out these lows, then also took out these lows. That's the reason why we had that as a reaction point. So but if we fail to come all this low all the way down, we have to take out this high as well. We have to take out this high because it's like liquidity there. So we're going to highlight our PDRAs or our POIs, points of interest, in this higher time frame first. We have that. We have that. We spoke about this on the videos that we did, the previous videos. And then we also have this point here, this area here. Okay, this is like our daily time frame. So we have to acknowledge, yes, we are currently trading inside this, but there's high chances of us taking out this high. It's very high chances. But price action will just tell us how to react. So this is our BOS. Alright, so we have this unfairness. In price of a value gap. You have this high and this low as a fair value gap. Now this low since came into that, the fair value gap is between these, but I'm just gonna leave it there so that I want to see price coming and trading all the way down. And then we also have this one here. Right, so this is the reason why if we come all the way down, these things are going to be the reason why. Right, this here is going to be the reason why. But the main focus here, we want to see this one first. We want to see this one first, based off the higher time frame, right? Based off the daily time frame. So when we look at the daily time frame, we had something like we had this high, that was taken out here, and then price came and traded below, and then we saw the sell side liquidity being grabbed as well here, right? So let's just go to 4 hour. So these are our areas on these time frames. We can also refine that and say, okay, this bullish order block is here, but then below, okay, is this been closed yet? This bullish order block is here, and then now we have this one. This is like the daily imbalance. So break off a structure on a daily. Now when we look at price, we are currently trading in this zone, this bearish order blocks, right? This is what we had. Let me remove these other things, because now we already spoke about these things on the previous video the YouTube video. We spoke about this. So now, since we have that kind of price action, we know this is the daily imbalance, right? So we know on a daily there's an imbalance here. Now the imbalance is shifted from here to there. So based off the 4 hour, this is still the area where we could be interested in price. Now on the 1 hour, when we look at this area here, we realize there's also this here, this bullish order block that which hasn't been mitigated. Now this area is like support and resistance zone, right? This is like a support and resistance zone, right? This area here, it's like a support and resistance zone because we see the reactions of price on that area. So now the expectation is that price is gonna come here and bounce, right? So what could possibly happen is, if we come all the way down, we can have a reaction from here, but then come back and trade lower into this point and then trade higher. This is what could happen, because now this is like a support and resistance zone. So it could possibly happen, but we also have to bear in mind that we have order blocks here. So now this low gives you the sell side liquidity here. This low gives you the sell side liquidity. This POI This order block is like a decent POI because it sells out liquidity. This ran liquidity, broke structure, and then we have this as liquidity inducement for push the price to come and tap into here, and then we continue going higher. We also have this zone. Now we're like, okay, we have this zone, right? We can highlight it off that order block. The main focus could be here. You're just gonna, but the entire zone is like a reaction zone because everything that's happening is within this bullish order block here. So the highest POI, this is like a POI. This area is like the point of interest because of this order block, right? So when it's like that, when we're going into today's price action, we want to see where we're currently trading in, right? Because we want to see what we can possibly do during the London. So now this, we also did we speak about this or Nasdaq because it's similar. Yeah, on that we have a run of liquidity, break of a structure here. We retested this zone of the IFC. We took out the sell side liquidity, but then we failed to come and take out this low. So now as we are trading today, this is the low, right? This is the low, and then we ran liquidity at this point, but we don't have any break of a structure to the downside. But now for intraday trading, because these are like a reaction point on higher time frame, so we're going to look at this for our confirmations. If we come all the way down for confirmations to be bullish. So for our London open, I see we have this low took our sell side liquidity. Let me move this because I'm gonna play around with this. It's gonna make things easier for me. We ran sell side liquidity right there. We ran sell side liquidity. We ran sell side to tap out. We tapped into the bullish order block, and then now we broke structure here. We broke structure there. We broke structure there. So after breaking those structures, we have this. We broke structure there. We broke structure there, right? So now this is like sell side liquidity being created here. Sell side liquidity being created, generated. So this sell side liquidity being created, or it looks mitigated from there. Those now we have this here. So we have this here on 5-minute time frame, because now after creating the shift of market structure, we have break of market structures. So in this case, we're going to look for a confirmation for us to be bullish from this point. So now what I'm anticipating is during the London Open, if we trade lower and tap into this and we have our bullish confirmations, that's when we're going to be bullish. That's when we're going to be bullish. And also we have to consider our bearish order blocks now, because now it looks like we are having some sort of like we had that so we could have these, right? In overall it's like a move that moves to the downside like this to come and give us something like that. So I want to see the reaction of price here on the 5-minute time frame. This is going to be for my intraday trading and scalping. Now I see that, okay, we have this relative equal lows there, right? We created relative equal lows. This is like our, let me see, our Asian session, Asian range. And this is like our, currently it's our Asian low. Yes, this is our Asian low, and then we have our Asian high right there. So this high should be our Asian high. So when we are trading within that, we're trading between this Asian low and the Asian high. Asian low and Asian high, right? So we are still within that Asian range. So from now, if we get this reaction here, but my main area is this one, to see if I'm going to be bullish from here. I'm going to be looking for the reaction there. Right, so yeah, this is like for US30 or the higher time frame PDRAs. I'm going to be looking for confirmation also in this as well. I'm going to be looking for confirmations, then I will share my confirmations in the group. So Nasdaq, Nas100, so yeah, but I explained this yesterday's sell. So let me see. Nasdaq, we have a run of this here. Okay, we didn't run that low. On our highest time frames, we have this POI. This we been spoke about this, but the thing is, got rid of my video. So we have this high here. We have this high on Nasdaq, which we're seeing breaking structure to the upside. We have a break of structures to the upside on this area here, and we have this area there that hasn't been touched yet. As well as our reaction point, reaction zone. So based off higher time frame, we have imbalance here, this imbalance here. So this could be sell side liquidity. You could see these as relative equal lows on a daily time frame. Right, so now also this is liquidity. So this is our POIs on a daily time frame. Now let's look at recent price action. We had price trade below that. And then price came and closed above it. So we can see from this that this is like our break of a structure here. And this is like now our daily low and our daily high. So liquidity is the range is between this high and this low and this high. So seeing that we have like our evening star right there, I could just say from this point there could be something there on a smaller time frame. Right, there could be an imbalance there that we could see price tapping into as well. Tapping into before coming to fill this imbalance or taking out the sell side liquidity and doing that. That's what we could see, but let me just let me see something on a daily first. Okay. So we also have this on a daily. This zone here. We also have that zone on a daily because the imbalance now, the liquidity below these, the closing of the void, the fair value gap. Now let us see what's really going on. Inside these, we have this extreme here. This zone here. Right, so now in retail price action we have like a double tops here, a double top pattern here. So since we're in a daily, now we're going to have to refine this, but we still have this IFC here. Right, now we're having this IFC here, and we have this imbalance here. So we could see price doing what? Tapping into that and then continue going lower or mitigating something there. What am I doing? We could see price doing this and then coming all this way down, right? But we also have to consider these areas as well. These areas we have to consider as well. We also have to consider these areas because we could get some reactions there. So now when we come to the 1 hour, we see like, okay, now when we come to the 1 hour, we can see this is like a shift of market structure. We ran a low, we broke structure. Now we have this area here on 1 hour, which is also within part of this. So I'm just going to leave it for now. We're gonna see it when price comes back to it. So now I have a break of a structure here, significant break of a structure here of the double tops. Break of a structure of the double tops. Now we're having a reaction on this zone, which was for the sales was our take profit yesterday. Means now if you're still in the sales from there, you reach this and then you're still holding your partials, right? So within this zone, I see something like this. But when I look at this, I see this formed relative equal lows. So these two lows are relatively equal. So they gotta be taken out. They gotta be taken out. Now during the Asian session, we saw the attempt to go higher, but then we failed to break this high, and then now we mitigated this impulse. This was an impulse, this was a retracement, and then this was a break of structure to the downside. This was the bearish order block. We created a high, we came and traded above it, and then we broke a low here, and then we retested, and then we're dropping now. So which was some good price action. Unfortunately, during the price action, we're sleeping. So based off this, now current price, let me see on the 15 minutes. This is where our liquidity could be resting. But let's see the Asian range. Now we have this Asian low and Asian high. Now the Asian low has been taken out a little bit right there. So Below that, there's a little bit of imbalance on the 5-minute time frame, which again, also with this one, I'm going to be looking at it, and I will tell you guys. I will send the confirmations on my group. Because this hasn't given any significant move that broke structure, right? But according to the Asian range, now we're taking out this Asian low, we have to trade lower than that as well, even now, and sweep out this low. Now we see on this time frame we are creating like this trend line liquidity is what we are creating. So this could be interesting as well to see. I don't know how to put my trend line there, but let me just do it from right here. Yeah, so now we're creating the trend line liquidity here. So I want to see if I can get something like that, trade below this, and then I confirm. We had a bullish confirmation. Now we'll just see what price does when it gets this. If it gives us bullish confirmation, if it doesn't, then this is going to be my next POI. And I'll also bear in mind this as well. This and I will also bear in mind, let me see, that area there within the breaker on a smaller time frame, right? But now this is where I'm looking at this and that. And these zones above, these zones on the upside, if we run that, if I get to these zones, I'm just going to be looking at the reaction of price, how it reacts on this smaller time frame. So yeah, because now we're trading inside that M15 POI, but then there's still possibility this is sell side liquidity here, or I could see something like that trading below these lows and giving me something that's going to show me bullish intent, like bullishness at this point. Then I'm going to take it for the London kill zone. However, for the long-term trading, I'm looking for the higher time frame PDRAs. I'm looking at the higher time frames. This is for me, for my intraday trading, right? What did I do? US30. Yeah, I already did. Okay. US30 already. German30. I haven't done German30 yet. So German30 as well, we are really we're seeing bearishness impulsively. It's like similar vibes with US30, I think, about running the sell side liquidity, right? We run the sell side liquidity here. We have a break of a structure to the upside. What am I doing? I'm trying to use this. Have this zone here. So I seen a reaction of this breaker here. So we've seen the reaction of the breaker right there, and now we have price that is coming, could possibly come to take out these lows, a sell side liquidity. Right, take out this lows, a sell side liquidity, and continue going higher. But we also have to pay attention to the reaction of price before taking the sell side liquidity, if it's gonna take it out or not on that zone. We have this zone, we also have this one here. Which could also give us a reaction, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna be waiting on that, and this I'm going to be looking at the 50% of this, which could possibly take me to this one here. Inside that, I'm going to be looking what price is willing to do, or I can just put it right there and take this as my sell side liquidity. So German30, I'm going to be looking what price is gonna do here and there. Do here, and there. This is how I'm going to be looking at German30. So far it's very, very, very bearish, and we have I like to make this gray, because now I could also get something like that. It's a possibility. So this could give a reaction as well, this area, but I'm just going to be checking on price, and I'm gonna check a new range. This is because now we have a run of these highs and break of a structure, or a trade above this order block. Instead of holding price to the upside, it trades below it. So now I'm going to be checking on that. There's not really much here, unless when I get to that POI, but to those POIs. But yeah, Euro US30, I mean Euro USD, we tapped into the zone. From yesterday's analysis that we had a reaction here, and the sell that we had here, we tapped into the zone now yesterday, and then now we're getting like a retracement move. So this retracement move could be going into this zone. It could be going to fill that on this time frame, but let me look at higher time frames as well. Okay, because now we're still trading inside this area of this bullish order block. We have this bearish order block as well. All right, this bearish order block, which is also like at the fill of the imbalance, so we could see price tapping into that, and these buys here went into profit, but then the sellers defeated that hedge. So we could be looking for something like that, tap into these, and then we get our confirmation. We know how. I will share it in when we get our confirmation here. Then we could be bearish as well on EURUSD. We could sell. When we sell, I want to see if price is gonna take out these lows, take out these ones, and see what's gonna happen there, or if we're going to reach for this sell side liquidity, because now we came from running buy sides liquidities. Even though we didn't take the extreme high wasn't taken. That's why I was looking for price to be bullish, but this move looks like a retracement to me. I'm going to be looking for that if I can scalp something during the London open. Yeah, there isn't a lot of price action today, unless if I come back on New York session and see what the market gave us. So for now, this is it for me. Peace out.